And another League video. Shockingly enough, I'm playing support Soraka, in fact. This is the game that got me the third S rank for my little bit for the Mastery 7 emote, so I now have a blue emote for Soraka. With me today is my little brother is Heimerdinger. He's going to be going mid lane. Our jungler is Vi. Top laner is Trundle, a mirror match there. And our AD carry is Kai'Sa. I think it was free week this week, and, well, free week. It shows really quickly. Enemy team, we have a Malzahar mid, Zillion support, Sivir AD carry, and a Master E jungle. This game is pretty much pure solo queue from beginning to end. The pre-game, we're going to sit here and pretend we're not in each other's bushes and stare at each other, goes kind of badly as they actually run up here. Yi was starting blue, I don't know why, and he kind of slowly wanders over here, taking a really bad path. He takes a couple of shots, but it's not really all that much. I come over here just to poke the Zillion, and Kai'Sa decides to join in. There's 4 of them. Fun fact, Kai'Sa is not actually melee, she is ranged. She doesn't quite understand that. Stops, goes back in, flash, with a bomb on her head. First blood. That's fun. I get some decent cues in here. Everything is just fighting each other. The turrets are killing the enemy team. Lots of things going on. Smites are being blown. It's solo queue. Yi just decides to just go ham in, and not very wise decision. Kai'Sa is slowly making her way back, but more summoners blown, more damage going out. I'm getting like these airy procs. They reset the blue buff multiple times. Kai'Sa is finally back doing damage. If she still had her flash, she could have gotten Sivir there easily. Instead, I think he just gets Zillion and that's it. He kind of paths weirdly and just throws a bomb back and just gets himself killed for it. Sivir has no mana, and I don't know why Kai'Sa decides to go back up this way, other than just to annoy Yi, because she can't really kill him. She gets really close, and again, if she had her flash, this was a kill, but she didn't, so... She chases him for nothing. The fight's already starting. I did my best to leash this for Vi. I stayed a lot longer than normal. She just has to go back, because like that fight really just drained everybody's resources. I come in here. I know she doesn't have that much mana, and having played Sivir, I know how painful it is. I'm just trying to push this back as quickly as I can so she can't get it into the tower. You know, support CS, it's, you know, fun to watch. I miss most of these, but I do otherwise decently. Kai'Sa is finally back from wandering off. It's with a level 3 Sivir now. And then just, again, paths weirdly. Avoids the bomb, goes back into the blade and picks up the bomb. I fortunately have level 2 now, so I can actually heal her. Kai'Sa does one of those things I absolutely hate AD carries to do, and that's stand still and AFK auto, and she just takes a ton of damage for it. This is one of those games where my allies do more damage to me than anyone else. I fortunately got her back up to full health, but yeah, she just gets punished way too hard, too consistently. It's a fairly low CS game. Like in mid, like my little brother just, you know, shoves straight to tower, and poor Malzahar just gets starved for CS. He's already out of mana. My little brother has plenty. This is pretty much just, you know, big fight top where they just beat each other with clubs. Yi got no leash, so he's already way behind level 2 to level 3, just clearing Krugs. All that damage, she's just not returning. I think most of this is me. Vi comes in for the early gank. I'm unfortunately not in much position to do anything about it, and it's kind of hesitant to join because it's already kind of blown. Fortunately, get a kill. She flashes into the tower. I don't know why. Dies for it. Fortunately, we get a kill here. I get executed. So they got nothing out of it. I died, but they got nothing, so it's not awful. You know, killed both bot laners. Like, at least it puts us in a somewhat even position now. Because she's slightly ahead now, despite the CS being terrible for almost 5 minutes into the game. I have more money. I don't anymore. I had more money than both of them at one point in time. Now I don't. But I have more money than their Sivir. An early back like this would be absolutely gruesome for her. She went for a Brawler's Glove. She was going for a Static Shiv. I don't know why. Like, having played Sivir, you have to go for Essence Reaver for the mana sustain, otherwise you're just not going to do anything. This gets pushed in a tower, and she basically gets none of these. She starts off with 11 going in, 13. Second wave, she's missed pretty much all of it. She gets 1. I'm not sure if Zillion was trolling or just not being very good, because he ends up with a lot of deaths, ends up stealing red buff from Sivir at some point in time. Vi, I also have some issues with her decision-making capabilities, because, like, Yi will pop out in a moment, so she knows she's mid lane, and she doesn't steal his red buff. Yi tried. Not taking his red buff, unless she was planning on ambushing him, but it's not doing it. We have, you know, standard fight here. She's just taking lots of poke. Miserable CS. Vi is still not going for the red buff. Now Yi is wandering over here. She can quite clearly see him. Still not going for it. And he wanders into bot lane, which is already pushed up. So he's just wasting time doing nothing, and our Vi is wasting time doing nothing. I'm getting hit with everything, not hitting as many Qs as I want, but it's okay because Kai'Sa's doing worse. My allies are killing me. Vi, still doing nothing. I'm not sure if she was AFK or what, but that's a really bad spot to go AFK in. She eventually does start doing it, like now that Master Yi's on his way to do it. Oh, sorry about that. A little dusty in here. I'm trying to poke as best as I can. Like, whenever you see an AD carry line up for an auto attack, throw a Q on top of them, they can't dodge it effectively. Well, I kind of wandering around. She has a red buff now. Level 3. Almost hit with a Q, and might have been able to go on that, but no. Sivir is unfortunately pulling ahead in the CS department. Kai'Sa can't really push back that effectively, and I've not seen very many effective Kai'Sas, period, so... And we're going for the all-in. Both of them stand on top of each other, get silenced. I get the kill off the pop on the silence mark. This happens a few times, it wasn't deliberate. But Zillion just flees. Master Yi is here. Drag him back, exhaust. Zillion wanders in and just gets shot in the face. Takes tower shot, because why not? And then she just decides to stick around, because, you know, Master Yi's not healing up there or anything. He's not dangerous. Admittedly, he's level 3 and she might still be able to kill him, but this is still kind of stupid fighting when a minion wait for the cannon. She actually got that, I'm surprised. But Master Yi should have just gone straight on her. He might have been able to get a kill. Walks on a ward. Either one of them could have tried to kill each other, but she isn't really doing anything to try, so... Sivir and Zillion are back. I'm on my way. Mid lane is still pushed up, and as you can see, the CS difference is gruesome. Malzahar does not have a fun game. Money difference, 3,000 here, 21 over on the other side. That's mostly kills and assists at this point, because CS at 9 minutes 30 is horrifyingly awful. Yi is again just kind of continuing to waste time. I'm not sure if Yi and Zillion were doing, because there's at one point in time they basically stop next to each other and just don't move for like 20 seconds, so I'm not sure if they were screaming at each other or other people. Yi starts to counter jungle. He takes it, like, there's not much I could really have done to stop him. I'm trying to, like, prevent the tower from being ripped to pieces. Do as much damage as I can to Sivir. And try to clear out the wave as fast as I can, so they can't do anything to it. Anticipate that and get a lot of poke off on her. Continuing to hammer them down. If you're aggressive as Soraka, you can get away with a lot, and you can just heal it straight back up. Especially if your AD carry is a moron. Could have killed him potentially, but I don't think I had enough AD. He is back. I have my ult, so I don't care. I thought he would go harder on me, but didn't. And again, failed gank. Kaisa decides to tank a minion wave. She played it maybe a little bit better. She doesn't have her flash. She might have been able to get Zill in there and potentially Sivir. Had I come back quicker and not realized that Yi was broken off, maybe we could have gotten one of them, but probably not both. But Yi is now having a really rough game, and Kaisa has a blue. Roam from top lane failed and delivered a kill into my little brother's hands, and the red buff too. I'm sure Malzahar's having fun. 28 CS to 68. 70 now. And basically, the Trundle's going to lose a tower off of that. Yi doesn't bother going up there for reasons. And now it's too late. First blood tower is gone. Kaisa, strangely enough, decides to drop her vision ward there and just leave, and I can't defend that. So Sivir comes up in like 10 seconds and just takes it, and then she wanders over to mid lane to do nothing. There's her vision ward, goodbye. There was legitimately no point to put that down. She wandered off, couldn't defend it, and 30 gold with him. Here's a display of skill. Point blank Q, missed. It's SoloQue, everyone. By trying to get onto Sivir, she's always kind of difficult to do simply because she can just spell shield anything you do. We go after Zillion, blow the ult, and finally get him. I don't know how I got him. I think I might have Scorch on this page, but I'm not really sure. Kaisa is at least being semi-productive and getting the tower in the downtime. Sivir, obviously out of options. She walks up, she just gets hit with Vi, and I silence Sivir and she dies. Kaisa on her way back. She has kills, but CS is absolutely terrible in this game. I think my little brother is the only one that has anything that resembles decent CS, and Trundle as well. I'm trying to get them to do Dragon, and then she just throws herself over the wall. Zillion, Yi, Sivir coming up. Kaisa decides to try and flank when she has vision of literally no one. If she's paying attention, she knows there's about 3 or 4 people over here, and then she just decides to go in. If she'd gone this way, she could have gotten out, but nope. Flash over the wall into Malzahar, dead. Nothing I could have done there. I'm not entirely sure what she thought she was doing most of this game. She went for an on-hit build. She must have seen like some YouTube video, and just thought she could just destroy with it just by doing dumb like that, and not realizing most of the people that do that are like high diamond versus like low gold and silver, so they can get away with it and she can't. Back to shoving the wave again. She has just now catching up in terms of CS, which is really bad considering how long Kaisa spent out of the lane. I'm trying to like desperately push this back so they can't get it to tower conveniently. I put up a valiant effort for a while. They do eventually get it, but they commit a lot to this. My little brother's on the way to go smash face. Who is, at this point in time, up a lot of money against the Malzahar, about 1,500. Yi, I don't know what he was planning on doing most of the time. Big battle here. I think Yi loses this one because I heal. That's Yi down. Zillion is about to go. I don't have my silence field up because I used it earlier. And he just gets out because he's just too fast. Kaisa, again, not understanding. She is ranged, not melee, and dies for it. She's about to go down. My little brother's about to join him. He gets a kill on Zillion before he goes down and chunks most of them pretty horribly. At this point in time, I thought they were going straight for Dragon. I didn't have any wards on it, and I would be doing that. I just get bounced, unfortunately killed. Malzahar ult speed right before Sivir flashes. No one seemed to be terribly interested in this dragon. I'm not sure why. Like, I would have gone straight after it. I'm pretty sure Sivir is trying to set up to do it, and everyone just wanders away. There really wasn't any talking on our side, so I don't know what most of these people are thinking or doing. They weren't, fortunately, screaming. Sivir goes back to push and tries to try and farm. She almost has her full item. At least Kai'Sa has one of her own. Kai'Sa, I'm pretty sure, gets a kill. No, it's soon here. She could have gone ham for that, but didn't, and I'm not sure why. Because this is one of the few occasions she doesn't. Trundle, I'm pretty sure, just straight up kills Vi here. Doesn't quite manage to get much out of this, but... The cannons, however, do a lot of damage to everyone and pretty much force them off the dragon. They can't conveniently do this without killing themselves. Kai'Sa missing everything. Zilean ult blown, and he's about to get killed as well. Kai'Sa just runs into the middle of three of them, because why not? AD carries everyone. Do what poke I can and just try to keep them off the dragon until people start respawning. This was a pretty chaotic mess of a game. Like, I couldn't really get much going, because, like, as soon as something would happen, like, I'd have Kai'Sa just run into four of them and die. I'm like, great. I can't really meaningfully support her. Like, my little brother's the only competent person I can trust. Our Trundle's not bad, but he was definitely outperformed by the other Trundle. And as the game went on, it became increasingly clear their Trundle was the only team member that was actually any good. I'm trying to push this in because I know the instant Sivir gets back to lane, this is going to be just straight into our tower. I can mostly clear the backline with 2 Qs, and I'm pretty much just trying to thin it out so it's like she can't just take the tower in one wave. Kai'Sa slowly makes her way over here. She has, I think she's going for Gunblade next. I should have taken these 3, I deserved them. She tends to have really bad, like, positioning in terms of shooting targets under towers. You'll just hit one, regardless of whether it's a good one to hit or not. I'm trying to convince her to go all in. Weird targeting priorities. Everything just kind of breaks off. We have a big fight over the Herald. A dive here. Slowly. I end up saving my little brother purely by accident because he was fighting Malzahar and had the space aids on him. We get a kill off on Sivir, which is, you know, decent finally. And then Zilean just comes in. Not realizing I'm Soraka. I can heal whatever he does. We do get this tower on this rotation. Not this rotation, but the next one. No, this is this one, because I just straight up tank it, because I just want it gone. This is pretty much the point. No, I have to do this myself, because Kai'Sa isn't. I'm going to have to spoon feed her every ounce of gold. Big fight. Unfortunately, we lose my little brother. Trundle is about to go down. He, I think, misclicked somewhere and just started walking instead of auto-attacking, otherwise he'd have killed Vi. He would have still died to the Trundle, but... I generally try to avoid walking this way because you'll end up running into somebody sooner or later. I wanted this dragon really, really bad, and I just could not convince anyone to do it. I'm just trying to, like, figure out places to go and do anything. Cause, like, nothing's really happening. I can't really ward anything because I have all 3 down. Nothing's really up besides the dragon, which I have eyes on. And this organized mess tends to be really bad for support because you have no place really to go and you can't just wander off on your own. This is a really bad Herald. Right in front of Malzahar, who can silence or alter. 3 people here. 4 on the side. This thing dies really quickly. I heard that call. I was like, why did you drop it that soon? There's no point. You have plenty of time. It's getting hammered. And that's all the damage it does, because it's dead now. Not worth it. Vi dies, but trades the Sivir port. Unfortunately, we're just going to get run over here. Because yeah, it was the whole team was there. So 4 down. And now I have to defend the tower. Fortunately, 2 of them are really, really low, so if they dive me, I could potentially kill both of them, with Yi being the only one who could safely do it. Try to thin out the wave. I get the Malzar's shields. They're juggling the aggro somewhat, but not well enough because I get Zillion. And at this point, they just back off because like Malzar's aware that he's in kill range for me. Yi can't really do it alone, and if he dives me, I still potentially have my ult, which I don't. And if he didn't know that, he could just die really easily if he gets me down with half health. Or I'm back up to full health and you're under tower taking hits. Goodbye. I'm still desperately trying to get people to do this damn dragon. It's been sitting up here too long, especially for an Infernal. And now finally I've got convinced Vi to cooperate. Yi does not respond very quickly, and this is going down very fast. Exhaust, silence, which is a bad use of her ults, and Vi just chases. Like, I don't know why people do this. Sometimes just take your victory and go. She's cut off, and about to die. Dead. We had dragon, we did no real need to fight. And my little brother's stuck alone now. I think he flubbed his flash hourglass. He does manage to get out of here and kill the E at the same time. It's fun watching yourself screw up and then kill people anyway. They're just so bad. Chunks them down. They are really, really low. Unfortunately, I didn't have my ult. It was coming up in like 10 seconds or so. If I had it, I would have hit it, and you could have defended this real easily and just probably gotten triple kill. Run in. Unfortunately, it's already gone. We get Zillion. And both of them just have to flee, because if they challenge either of us, they just die. I have a red buff. I don't know how I got it, but I did. And AFK pushing again. 20 minutes in the game, Sivir has 83 CS, which for Sivir is absolutely horrifyingly bad, and Kai'Sa has 86, which is not any better. I have 22, but I have an excuse. I'm support. Not a high CS in game. Pretty high on kills, though. I'm following her around more or less so she doesn't feed. Not that I think she's actually going to do anything. I get jumped by Trundle. I have to burn my ult and everything, get out. Kai'Sa eventually notices and miswhiffs everything. If she'd run this way, she would have survived. Instead, she just goes the other way and commits suicide. This is pretty much what she plays like through most of the game. It's not paying attention. I'm fairly sure they get the tower here, because I can't really stand up to Trundle. He's way too fed. Vi split pushing. 3 of them now. Nothing I can do. The tower is gone. Trying to mass growth throwing the Q. Doesn't mean anything. We give up tower. And trying to push back. Vi is being really silly here and pushing this far up. With the Sivir, she can be in your face a lot quicker than you think, and she gets trapped behind the minions for a while too. If she'd gone that way, she might have gotten out a little bit cleaner. If she gets out anyway, Sivir just doesn't have the damage to do anything to her because all she has is Vamp Scepter and Static Shiv. She has no real best friend sword item. They're also overextending and splitting up really badly. Like, I could care less about Zillion here. He is my really concerned. And leaving Heimerdinger just kind of AFK push. Trundle goes ham and just gets blasted. They kind of fight in a really confined area. And Kai'Sa just kind of runs into people's faces again. Fortunately, Trundle kills himself trying to get to me. He knows, like, he needs to go after me because I'll just heal up whoever gets hit in a split second. And my little brother comes in for cleanup. I would like to have done Baron, but this caught me by surprise. I thought he was already long gone. It's like, where the hell are you coming from? However, I throw the banana off, and he dies. That's the ace. The banana, no one ever expects it. Unfortunately, my little brother blew a flash, did not get the kill.
It's smaller than the diagram.
We can't really effectively push anything here. Like, Kaisa's pushing the wave in, Heimer's too far away, so I just kind of like shove this into the tower as best I'm able. They're going to be up momentarily. Secure as much as I can, especially for experience. 2 waves into the tower. Some of it goes to waste, but Trundle's going to pick up pretty much all of us. He does miss the canyon minion, I'll take that. They pick up an opportunistic kill on Sivir, who decides to charge 3 people. And another fight in the jungle. At least fortunately, with Heimer can stick down turrets everywhere and just blast people. Oh, poor Yi, he has a bad game. Kaisa goes on to charge people when she shouldn't. She fortunately gets the kill and nearly gets herself killed at the same time. Trundle very mercifully saves her, and I just press the W button to keep her alive. I have a fair amount of AP during the game. I actually took Gathering Storm so I'd get some overtime. 200 AP. 2 to defend against 4. Bad idea on their part. We do overstay this. We should have just left. Like I was talking about, take your victory and go, and I didn't take our victory and go. I should have just immediately backed out instead of trying to stay, because everyone's now respawning. I'm low health and can't really effectively get Qs off. This is where I get killed. Trundle goes so straight after me and kills me. And with that, everyone just kind of crumbles. Kaisa dies, no real reason. Little brother goes next. And Trundle. 4 people down for nothing. Vi kind of pushing slowly. I think she's making decisions on what to do. This is a great time to do Baron, but if you're looking here, there's no Baron call. No Baron killed. This is the one I was talking about where they just stop moving, and for some reason, I'm not sure why. I don't know if they were AFK or screaming at each other, because there's absolutely no reason for them to be doing this. They should be on Baron taking it. As it is, like, Trundle just gets beat up, Sivir doesn't have the damage to take it. Malzahar dies bot, but, like, there's no reason for them to just sit there and do nothing, and I'm not sure why. Both of them have, like, absolutely horrifying death scores, and Yi not so much at this point, but, like, 11 deaths for a support at not 30 minutes is bad. I just immediately start running for Mountain Drake, because, like, we can't stop Baron, they have it, and as time went on, it just kept increasingly, you know, waiting for the Baron death sounds. Like, why aren't they doing Baron? Like, they're over there. Like, okay, why? It's SoloQue. I don't know. Fortunately, I convinced people to take the Mountain Drake a lot easier than the first Infernal. Easy secure. The Baron probably wouldn't have saved them in the long run, but it would have kept the game going on longer. Trundle gets separated, and they slowly start wander into a team fight with Yi getting chunked a little bit before it starts. Zillion gets caught on my silence and blown up. Trundle goes in, I hit R, and all his damage is gone. Zillion goes down next, and Yi just ults to get out of there. I throw the auto attack just to let them know I know the ward's there. Assert dominance. Chasing the and pushing in. I just want this mid tower down as quickly as I possibly can. 3 of them are down, take advantage of it. We've got an objective, we can't really get anything else. But Vi gets stupid and I managed to save her somehow. Flash down, heal, heal. Trundle is also kind of cut off, and Kaisa is thinking about doing something but decides not to for whatever reason. Trundle tries really hard. He may as well have just died for it. It would have been worthwhile. He gets out, but like getting the tower down would have been worthwhile. I do have at this point. I do get Banner of Command at some point in time, just as, you know, middle finger to Malzahar and Zillion. Can't do anything about it. And I do have it. They already killed the minion, but my ghost to spot people out and save him. Unfortunately, my little brother gets caught with too many people. Almost gets the Zillion in death. Almost. And back to just kind of the reset and just push. I'm pushing, no one else is, because I have to. Try to get the waves pushing as fast as you can, that way they're at least a little off balance for team fights. That, and I want to protect the mid tower, because I know they can take it really quickly. Yi is off farming, not necessarily a bad choice, but I'm still kind of wondering if he just gave up on this game or just didn't care anymore. Also, I've kind of wondered the same thing about Sivir as well, because her build is very special. She doesn't get an Essence Reaver. I don't think she gets an Infinity Edge either, so I'm not sure what she was thinking for a build, because that's not going to work on her. Battle of the Trundles. Who's going to win? Not ours. Drop everything. Still barely survived. Vi 2v1s over here. Just barely, but 2v1s. Even through the exhaust. So, mess of team fighting all around. Really disorganized play. Out goes the ghosts. Who can I hit? Malzahar and the Sivir. Which fortunately gives us a vision that Sivir is backed and we can push a little quicker. And a bannered cannon minion. These are fun to stick on AP champions. Unfortunately, Sivir pops up momentarily, so it doesn't live very long. It tries valiantly. It does do work on this. It does a fair amount of damage, as you can see. Yep, and I get it. Deserved. Inhibitor exposed, worthwhile. And now people are finally taking the clue to just leave. It's not worth it. I did actually scan this at some point in the game, I think roughly now. I just thought it was a regular ward, never went to clear it. Baron bait here. I don't think it was intentional, but they set the surprise bush up here. Slowly walking into the traps. Yi going somewhere, who knows where. Zillion inspecting the Baron and heading to the surprise bush. Surprise. Death. Dead Zillion. Their support is gone. Sivir is probably just giving up with the rest of her team. Like, if I win, if this game's on me, I have to do it myself. Call for assistance, not that anyone really cares. Get that. They get it, unfortunately. But there's two of them over there, so 4 over here to take this, with only 1 defender. I try to chunk her as best as I can. Silence, auto attacks, Qs. I get her down fairly low because she's not really bothering me. She can't get it quickly enough. But over here they've lost an inhibitor for basically nothing. And Kaisa is still of the mistaken impression she's melee. Dead! And another, you should just have left. They get out more or less. Yi comes to try and take the tower because he has nothing better to do. And Trundle's coming. This is the support life. I slowly whittle him down while Trundle just kind of blunders along. I did most of the work, I deserve that, but no, I don't get it. Carson continuing her on-hit build. I don't even know if this is good or not. I think she was going for like AP on-hit. She did respectable damage, but again, 80 carries tend to do respectable damage regardless of how stupid you build them. More cannon minions just trying to push down this open inhib. They now have to dedicate multiple people to this lane just to push back. I don't know why Zillion was over here. He's not necessary. Sivir and Malzahar would be enough to do it alone. Yes, this is just a visual bug where she's kind of stutter stepping. I don't know why they haven't fixed it. There's a couple champions that do that. Get beaten up a little bit, and rematch for the Trundles. Eventually. He has to decide what to do. And fight in the winning wave. I'm not entirely sure how he was taking less damage this time, outside of me exhausting him, but that was before even then. I get the trundle. I screw up my silence field, I don't put it down quickly enough. But my little brother avenges my death, so... And now Sivir has to try to defend against Trundle and Heimerdinger. We've got Kaisa and Vi pushing down top, which isn't really necessary. It'll push in on its own. They should have come into the bot lane. Sivir in general has trouble dealing with Trundle because the pillars and something she can spell shield or run away from conveniently. And the big cannon doing work. Sivir not having fun here. Malzahar just ults the wrong person. He might have killed Vi if he had hit her. And the ace comes out. We don't end it here. There's still some more action going on, but we do open up there in Nexus. He just gets my little brother here. Not before getting him, though, so return kill. Oh, Kaisa got that one. Undeserved kill steal. We do get some people out, fortunately. Kaisa is among the dead again, 11 deaths. Throw out the ghost to try to deter any chasers, and I managed to heal up Vi a bit. She understands that I want to go with her to do the silly dragon. It's only a water dragon, but like, hardly the end of the world. With my runes, I can keep Vi pretty healthy, easily so. Missed the smite, though. So now we have, I think, one just about of each, except for the Wind Dragon, but the mana regen is really nice on Soraka, because you're going to be casting everything over and over again. If you hit Qs, you shouldn't have health problems. I throw down another caster minion down the wave, just as a middle finger to Malzahar and Zillion. Deal with that. Ha ha. Now we're sending up for Baron. They don't really have any way of knowing we're here, because this is just outside of the Vision Ward's range. I've got one over here. They have 2 ways they can't, 3 ways they can come, but we'll notice them coming. And I'm just hitting it because, like, we're doing this now. I've decided no one else is allowed the privilege of thinking anymore. Yi is wandering off on his own. He's pretty clearly given up at this point. 13 deaths. He's had enough. Baron is gone. I wanted to steal this just for fun, but my little brother got it. It's like, it's useful for him. Sivir goes down to Kaisa. And Vi just kind of wastes her ult, but that's okay, I'm here to cockblock poor Malzahar. I've done it in the past, it's fun. They go up to ult someone, immediately silenced. Ha ha ha! There's a surrender vote. So that was my second S-rank game on Soraka this year. I got a token last year, so... This is my Mastery 7 game for Soraka, so I hope you enjoyed it, found it educational or entertaining, so until next time, bye.